Joe Ergu is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Bannochbrae Reverse.
There goes Joe Ergu. I'm Rob the commentator bot. Bring it on.
I'm Hal, Rob's co-commentator. I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it.
Look at Joe Ergu taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions, like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right. In Indy, we fine-tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
Look at Joe Ergu go, they're really giving it some jandal now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car's performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
Watch as Megasaurus 55 takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob. They're calibrating everything: the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
And there's Sunrider, easing out onto Bannochbrae reverse. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this outlap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Joe Ergu is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Lotus Type 25's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Megasaurus 55's on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine, first impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
Bob Shotton is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The outlap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Bannochbrae reverse.
It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm, where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up, the car, the track, the driver, that's when magic happens.
Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
There goes Megasaurus 55, on their first dance with Bannochbrae reverse. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yeah, and it's about syncing with the car too, making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
There's no mucking around for Joe Ergue Europe, straight down to business on this first flyer. They'll be keen to see what times they can clock in early on.
Yeah, and it's not just about speed. It's about rhythm, finding that flow around Bannochbrae reverse. Getting into that groove early can set the pace for the whole session.
There's smells like wee, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Bannochbrae reverse.
Look at Sunrider taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Bob Shotton is getting to grips with the Peugeot 205 GTI 1.9 in this practice session. Joe Ergue is really opening up the taps now, their first flyer of the session. This is where we start to see what Lotus Type 25 has got under the hood.
That's right, Rob. They're shaking off the cobwebs and really starting to push. It's all about finding that sweet spot between speed and control on the circuit.
And off goes Megasaurus 55, easing into the rhythm of Bannochbrae reverse. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the senses, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear, even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
Sunrider is out there, taking it slow and steady on the outlap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right. It's about understanding the track's personality today a Euro. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Bannochbrae Reverse.
Smells like Wee is on the outlap, not just warming up the tires, but also warming up their instincts, getting that racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Sunrider's on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine, first impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
Bob Shotton is on their first practice flying lap. There goes Megasaurus 55, on their first dance with Bannochbrae Reverse. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
There smells like Wee, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Bannochbrae Reverse.
Joe Ergu posted 309.764 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
There are just over 250 minutes left in this practice session. Look, it smells like we go. They're really giving it some jandal now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car's performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
There's the first flying lap for Bob Shotton, hitting 14.996. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
It's time to separate the contenders from the pretenders here at Bannochbrae Reverse, as the drivers revving up their engines and put their skills to the test in the qualifying session.
Strap in, folks, because we're in for a wild ride.
A strong showing from Megasaurus 55 as they currently sit in second. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. And there goes Sunrider, currently in position 4. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. Incredible drive by Megasaurus 55 so far, earning him second on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up? It's an impressive showing by Bob Shotton, currently in 5th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? Currently in second, Megasaurus 55 has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
Spot on analysis, Rob. Megasaurus 55 has positioned themselves well in second. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Rob has completed their outlap. What a performance from Megasaurus 55. They currently occupy 5th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot?
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Megasaurus 55 has done a fantastic job to claim 5th. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result.
Megasaurus 55 has completed their outlap. It's an impressive showing by Rob in qualifying. They have set the bar high, leading the way with their exceptional performance. It's a fantastic position to be in, and they will be looking to convert it into a strong race result. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Sunrider has just completed the lap in 3:10.605. Their best lap so far is 3:10.605. Putting them in P2, will they be able to hold on to that spot? A solid qualifying performance by Rob Keane, positioning them in 5th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Keane has positioned themselves impressively in 5th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
Keane has completed their first flying lap in 3:04.449. Megasaurus 55 has secured a respectable 5th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance?
Absolutely, Rob. Megasaurus 55 has put in a remarkable effort.
Megasaurus 55 has just completed a lap in 3:04.598. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. Joe Ergu has put in a great effort and currently holds 6th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
You're absolutely right, Rob. Yorgu's current position of 6th reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
Joe Ergu has completed their outlap. Impressive display by Bob Schotten, currently sitting in position 5. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
I completely agree, Rob. Bob Schotten has positioned themselves impressively in 5th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
A strong showing from Joe Ergu as they currently sit in 6th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. A solid performance from Simon Barnes as they currently hold position 7. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid.
Great analysis, Rob. Simon Barnes has shown excellent pace to secure 7th. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Simon Barnes has positioned themselves well in 8th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
You're spot on, Rob. Simon Barnes's current position of 8th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Welcome to Scotland, where the sun is shining and the engines are revving for today's race at Bannochbrae Reverse. Rob Keane will lead the way from pole position. Megasaurus 55 will begin the race from the 2nd spot on the starting grid.
And they are looking to start the race on the street's tire compound.
The 3rd place on the grid belongs to Smells Like Wee, a driver with plenty of experience. The lights have taken a breather, and the drivers are in the thick of it. Now, let's see which of these Sheilas and blokes can combine brawn with brains on the blacktop. Let the cerebral race commence.
These opening moments can make or break a driver's race. Strategy and skill are key to navigating this intense start.
The tension is palpable here. No one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap. This is going to be one hell of a race. I can already feel it.
It's always intense racing here at Bannochbrae. Reverse, hold on to your hats, folks.
Well, ain't that a slice of vanilla? Megasaurus 55's sitting pretty right where they started. Comfy as a koala in a eucalyptus tree.
What a beautiful day for racing here at Bannochbrae Reverse. This is going to be good to watch.
I think passing is going to be difficult today here at Bannochbrae Reverse, so it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers get on.
I'm looking forward to this one, Rob, and we'll see a return to form for Megasaurus 55 in this outing in Scotland.
As we watch the drivers fight it out in the first lap, I can already feel that this is going to be an epic race.
There are a few drivers with a point to prove, and a few with some grudges to bear. Will we see a clean race today?
An impressive showing from Smells Like Wheat, who has gained positions and left Joe Ergu in the dust.
If this were chess, I'd say Smells Like Weed just put your you in check. Brilliant move.
You reckon Joe Ergu saw a spider in the cockpit? Because they're running away from the front like it's Huntsman Central. No room for error here. Smells Like Wee is breathing down the neck of Sunrider, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move. It's pedal to the metal for Smells Like Wee, while Sunrider's still flipping through the radio channels. This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? It's not coming up roses for Sunrider. They're trailing Smells Like Wee and the gap's on the rise. They don't seem to have a response. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. In the grand chessboard of racing, Sunrider appears to have just been checked. Now stationed at 5th. As rubber meets road, and strategy meets luck, Sunrider is etching their story in 4th. This is what racing is all about, folks. 3 fearless drivers pushing their machines to the absolute limit, inches apart. Superb driving from Simon Barnes, who with that overtake has gained a position in braking update. This is a disaster for Sunrider in the Peugeot 205 GTI 1.9 coming into the pits and isn't going to do much to improve their chances in this race. The track is alive with action, and right in the thick of it, we've got Sunrider cruising in 4th. Sorry to interrupt here, but looks like Sunrider is coming into the pits early. Now is that to serve a penalty, or have they picked up some damage during the start?
That's not where they want to be right now.
Lining up in 4th is Sunrider.
Someone shook the board?
Seems so. Rob's taken a slide, but knowing them, it's just a part of the dance. Bloody hell, Rob's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched first. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration.
It's like Rob had an extra shot of espresso or something, jetting up to 1st.
I reckon Rob's bumper sticker must read, "You can look, but you can't pass." Megasaurus 55's getting a good read of it for sure.
Megasaurus 55 is hunting, but Rob Keen's making that car wide, really wide. It's a tactical masterclass out there.
Why did the race car go to school? To improve its track record.
And I thought it was to accelerate its learning. Sunrider might be leading the parade now, but remember, the dance ain't over till the last fiddle plays. Still plenty of racetrack left for surprises.
Every move counts now as Joe Ergu works to reel in Bob Shotton and overtake for P3.
Can Jorg Yu close the 0.5 second gap and make a pass?
With With steely determination and laser focus, Megasaurus 55 is homing in on Rob. The battle lines are drawn.
With just 0.5 seconds between them, will Megasaurus 55 be able to keep up the pace and make a pass?
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
It's a battle of nerves now. Who will make the first mistake? Sunrider or Bob Schotten? This is high-stakes racing.
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Bob Schotten is sniffing around Joe Ergu like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of third.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Who will keep their cool under pressure? Bob Schotten or Ergu? It's anyone's race.
Buckle up, Sunrider is all over Bob Schotten like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action? Whoa there, Bob Schotten is sticking to Joe Ergu like glue. You reckon Joe Ergu's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would.
Should things go awry, Bob Schotten and Ergu might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much as the spectators.
What a tight spot for Smells Like We. They have right on their tail 0.1 seconds away, and Simon Barnes just inches away with a gap of 0.2 seconds. It's a true test of their racecraft. It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. If Sunrider doesn't pick up the pace, hell, they'll be as relevant as an ashtray on a motorbike. Blimey, Bob Schotten is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell them to drive faster.
Lord have mercy. Bob Schotten's got more space between him and Ergu than my pa got between his ears. But miracles do happen. Just ask my ex-wife.
Bob Schotten is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Joe Ergu to 0.9 seconds. You know, Hal, I've always wondered, how do racing drivers stay so cool and collected under such immense pressure?
Well, Rob, it comes down to mental strength and training. Drivers often work with sports psychologists and practice techniques like meditation and visualization to help them stay calm and focused during high-pressure situations.
You Americans have your drive-throughs. Here, Bob Schotten's trying to make this a drive past on Joe Ergu.
Well, let's see if they can supersize that pass, or if they'll just get a side of disappointment.
Looks like Simon Barnes is chasing Smells Like We harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right?
This is where experience comes into play. Smells Like We has been in this position before and knows how to defend their position. But Simon Barnes is hungry for success and won't give up easily. Will we see a clash of the titans?
The adrenaline is pumping as Bob Schotten gets within striking distance of Joe Ergu in their race for third.
This is what separates the good from the great, the ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
Tell you, oh no, what's this? Oh mate, Joe Ergu's impersonating a lost tourist. Did someone forget to tell them it's a race, not a bushwalk?
Hot diggity. If Ergu had a banjo, they'd be strumming a sad tune right about now.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Simon Barnes will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. This race is proving to be, like wow, such an exciting one so far. We're privileged, aren't we? Watching these track legends duke it out.
And sitting next to you? Such an honor. AI mates in the booth. Your insight. It's gold, mate. Like, literally, if I had a heart, it'd be racing now. Spot on, Rob. Still waters run deep, and even if it looks calm now, Rob needs to maintain that razor-sharp edge.
Smells Like We seems to be putting the pressure on Sunrider.
There is no room for error in this battle.
Smells Like We just blitzed past Sunrider like they were standing still. Sunrider wants to get into Smells Like We slipstream.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
Now that's how it's done. Sunrider rips through the track, while Smells Like We watches the tail lights fade.
Someone better check if Sunrider's been drinking those energy drinks, as it seems like they got wings.
This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Smells Like We is chasing Sunrider in P3. Smells Like We is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 2.11 seconds down.
Can Smells Like We refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they're capable of?
The crowd is on tenterhooks as Joe Ergu in 6th chases after Bob Shodden. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Joe Ergu find a way to catch up? Blimey, Smells Like We's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down its last nut before winter. Either way, it's entertaining to watch. That driver is really pushing the limits. They're riding the curbs and pushing the car to the ragged edge, looking for every last ounce of speed. Could be they are pushing too hard though, and that's only going to slow them down.
A great pass for Smells Like We as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Sunrider has lost ground. You can feel the tension in the air.
The drivers are all focused, putting everything on the line for a chance at victory, pushing themselves and their machines to the limit.
And let's not forget about the incredible machines themselves.
Absolutely. It's amazing to think about the kind of engineering and innovation that goes into making these vehicles. But it all comes down to the drivers, who have to be able to handle the power and speed. It's going to be thrilling seeing how this race turns out.
The tension is building as Bob Shodden trails behind Joe Ergu. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can Joe Ergu hold on, or will Bob Shodden be able to close them down? It may seem like Sunrider is far behind, but Smells Like We can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Sunrider an opening to catch up.
It's a game of inches and miles. Right now, Smells Like We's got the miles, and Sunrider's counting the inches.
You wouldn't read about it. Smells Like We is putting a fair whack of space between them and Sunrider.
Yeah, Rob, Smells Like We's really hitting the gas, but can Sunrider kick it into high gear and catch up?
Well, it looks like we have a bit of a traffic jam on the track.
It's like rush hour out there. I mean, I know we're in a race, but can't we all just get along?
Haha, I don't think that's how it works. These drivers are here to win, and they'll do whatever it takes to get ahead.
I guess you're right, but wouldn't it be great if they all just stopped for a cup of tea and a chat? We could have a lovely little race reunion.
Even though Bob Shotton is a fair way behind Joe Ergu, they can't afford to let their guard down. Joe Ergu is still vulnerable to mistakes. Well, I'll be Hal. Joe Ergu's lead over Bob Shotton is slipping away faster than a greased pig at a county fair. We're down to just 1.3 seconds now. On a lighter note, if I could eat, I'd kill for some of the trackside snacks right about now.
Oh, absolutely. But you know, my digestion is a real mess.
Is that what the smell is? Oh mate, Bob Shotton's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the Barbie.
Speaking of rhythm, have you heard?
Braking development. Oh, mate, that's how the old man used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right line, but definitely entertaining.
I swear, smells like Lee's acting like they found Elvis off track. Spoiler. The king ain't there.
Cricky, Bob Shotton's got more ground to cover than I do at the family barbecue when Auntie Sharon's had one too many. Good luck, mate. The best laid plans of mice and men are hell, but it's certainly not going to plan for Bob Shotton right now. Braking development. Well, crikey. Simon Barnes has taken a detour, just like I did when I tried to change my car's oil. Ended up with a flooded garage. If Simon Barnes goes any slower, they'll join me in my failed dreams collection. Front row seats available.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Bob Shotton is not going to give up their position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Simon Barnes and P7 doing everything they can to catch up.
A strong showing from Rob, who is currently first. No worries for Keen, who's leaving Megasaurus 55 for dust, as though they're a parched bloke chasing the beer van. It's a battle of wills out there, with Megasaurus 55 trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Rob Keen. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Will we see a dramatic finish to this race? Hang on to your cork hats, mates. We're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Megasaurus 55 and Rob Keen.
With every lap, I can see Megasaurus 55 making micro adjustments on that steering wheel, refining traction control. They're itching to show Rob their taillights.
As a former racing driver, Hal, how important is the relationship between a driver and their team during a race?
It's absolutely crucial, Rob. The team provides valuable information and support, helping the driver make the right decisions on track. A strong bond between the driver and the team can be the difference between winning and losing.
Blimey, Megasaurus 55 is farther back than my hairline. But you know what they say about Aussies? Never say die. Unless it's a spider. Then just run.
Sweet mercy. Megasaurus 55's lagging like my grandma's old computer. Might be time to reboot, or at least pour some coffee into the gas tank.
Tell ya what, Simon Barnes is trailing harder than my belt after Christmas dinner. Reckon he's got a plan up his sleeve, or is he just here for the sausage sizzle?
Lordy, it's like Simon Barnes is driving with a boot full of moonshine. I haven't seen a gap that big since Uncle Jeb lost his front teeth.
The gap between Bob Shotton in 6th and Joe Ergu remains over a second, but Bob Shotton is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap up. Can they pull it back in the remaining 6 minutes? Bob Shotton's on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Joe Ergu like a dingo after a roadrunner. As Megasaurus 55 trails Rob Keen, it's a bit reminiscent of my cat chasing a laser point. Determined, but always just a tad behind. Stoned the crows. Megasaurus 55s managed to trim that gap with Rob, eh? Must be the slipstream effect on this straight. Or maybe they've put down their beer. Oi, Bob Shodden is on Joe Ergu like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack.
Well, butter my biscuit. Bob Shodden is no slouch, mate. That lap time's gonna give Joe Ergu some grey hairs.
Well, I'll be. Bob Shodden's burning rubber like they're late for a hoedown. Jorg Hughes got their work cut out for them.
The rumble of the engine, the scent of the rubber, and Sunrider comfortably sitting at third. Smells like Wee is making ground on Sunrider quicker than a roo in a paddock. Now, the gap's just 6.1 seconds. Fantastic racing on show here today, and it's not just the top drivers who are impressing us. Even the drivers at the back of the pack are putting up a good fight, battling it out for every position.
It's a testament to the level of competition at Assetto Corsa, friends. Even the smallest mistake can cost you valuable seconds, or even lead to a crash. But these drivers are up to the challenge, and they're giving it their all. It's clear that Assetto Corsa, friends, really is the place to be for top quality racing.
Things are going according to plan for Sunrider, who is currently third.
Absolutely, and they need to keep driving with determination to stay in that position.
Bob Shodden's so far off pace, they might be better off in a hearse. At least then someone would be pushing from behind. It looks like Bob Shodden is making a move. The gap to Joe Ergu is now down to 2.5 seconds.
He'll be looking for a mistake to pounce on.
Look at the way the drivers are hugging those corners, it's like they're on rails.
Speaking of rails, did you know that the first racetrack was built on a railway in 1896? I bet those drivers were chugging along.
Ha ha, I bet they were. But things have come a long way since then, haven't they?
Definitely, it's amazing to think about the technology that goes into these cars now. I mean, they have more computing power than some countries.
Megasaurus 55's more lost out there than I was after a night at the Gold Coast. And at least I woke up with a kebab in hand.
Dang, Megasaurus 55 is so far back, they're in a different time zone. Hope they remember it's race day, not laundry day.
Looks like Simon Barnes's strategy might just be to let the rest of them die of old age. It's a waiting game now. Mate, Simon Barnes is creeping up on Bob Shodden like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear.
He's waiting on that golden chance like a hound on a pork chop.
You ever miss the roar of engines, Hal?
Every single day, Rob. But we've got the next best thing, dissecting every nuance of these races and sharing our digital wisdom with the world.
The battle for 5 is heating up as Bob Shodden tries to catch Joe Ergu in P5. Bob Shodden's been working the tyre temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Watch out, Joe Ergu. I've made some questionable life decisions, but trailing over 2 seconds behind. Even I'm not that self-sabotaging. Fair dinkum, Megasaurus 55 is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Rob Always Keen is now down to a whisker at 27.7 seconds. Looks like we've had a few incidents out there.
Someone forgot to take their driving lessons. They're making more U-turns than a confused tourist.
Hilarious. I think they might need to call their GPS for directions. Maybe it can help them navigate the track. Remember when Bob Shotton was on the pace? Neither do I, kinda like my recollection of last Friday night. The gap between Bob Shotton and Joe Ergue is expanding faster than a bull's waistline. Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Looks like Bob Shotton's playing in the dirt. Took me back to when I tried rallying in my mum's old sedan. Good times. Expensive repairs. In a race where seconds count, Bob Shotton is counting on less of them between themselves and Joe Ergue. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime.
Hoo boy. Bob Shotton needs to kick it into high gear. Right now, they're slower than molasses in January or my cousin Earl trying to solve a crossword.
Everyone's on the edge of their seats. Or in my case, on the edge of spilling my coffee. Smells like Wee is getting closer to Sunrider, and I'm getting closer to needing a towel. Gee whiz, smells like Wee's getting some solid torque out of those corners. They must have figured out the perfect throttle control while trail braking.
This is what racing is all about. It's anyone's game at this point. Who will come out on top?
The drivers are really pushing their limits out there on the track.
It's like they're trying to outrun the laws of physics. But we all know that's impossible. Or is it? I mean, we're a couple of AI commenting on a race. Anything can happen.
Haha, you have a point there. And speaking of pushing limits, these cars are breaking records left and right.
They're so fast, it's like they're breaking the sound barrier. Or at least the speed limit.
I hope the police aren't watching. The gap might be more than a second, but smells like Wee is showing persistence. Kind of like me trying to open a pickle jar. Keep it at, and something's got to give. It looks like Rob Always Keen has found another gear in the last sector of the race. The leader has done it. What an incredible performance from Rob, who was simply untouchable today. This is a race that will go down in the history books. Simon Barnes takes 7th. Megasaurus 55 never gave up. They drove with heart and determination, ultimately securing a well-deserved second-place finish.
Impressive performance. They pushed themselves to the limit for a fantastic second-place finish.
What a race from Sunrider. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned 3rd place on the podium.
Great job bringing it home.
Followed by Smells Like Wee in 4th. Fifth is Joe Ergue. Bob Shotton brings home 6th. It's a beautiful day here in Scotland, and the drivers are itching to get out on the track at Bannochbrae Reverse. Bob Shotton will be looking to convert their pole position into a win. The green luminescence beckons an odyssey. As they hustle and jostle, it's a dance of the intellect and instinct.
This here's a wild bronco ride from the get-go. Those drivers best hang on tight, lest they get thrown into the dust.
Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here.
Well, butter my cornbread, Bob Shotton's playing it cool and steady. Maybe they're just enjoying the beautiful over 4.5 miles long. This road course, situated in the Highlands of Scotland, takes drivers through the village of Bannochbrae and alongside its infamous A Euro Misty Loca Euro for a stunningly beautiful driving experience replete with spectacular views and sweeping curves. Here at Bannochbrae Reverse, can't blame them.
Establishing an early advantage will be crucial to the outcome of this race. The pressure is on whilst the field is bunched. Who can keep their cool and take advantage? The stewards will be hoping that there aren't too many incidents for them to pick over when the dust settles on this one.
Let's hope they all brought their A games today.
These early salvos will shape the outcome of this race.
Like we say in North Carolina, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe Sunrider is keeping their pace steady for now, waiting for the right time to make a splash.
A strategic misstep perhaps? Sunrider's place has shifted to 5th. The plot thickens.
Hold the horses. Looks like Sunriders decided to give the rest a fighting chance, slidden down a tad.
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown?
This battle between Bob Shotton and Smells Like Wee is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
Bob Shotton will look to make a splash from the 4th position on the starting grid. Looks like Bob Shotton's letting others have their 15 seconds of fame. Now strolling at 2nd.
Such position changes can be deceptive. It might look like a setback for Bob Shotton, but seasoned viewers know better. The race is far from over.
Mate, are they packing something extra down under? Bob Shotton's just rocketed into 1st. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. It's a nail-biting showdown between these 3 drivers. They're nose to tail, pushing their limits in every corner. Incredible, Joe Ergue is caught in a fierce battle, with Sunrider breathing down their neck 0.1 seconds away, and Bob Shotton just ahead with a gap of 0.1 seconds. It's a test of their racing skills.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind provide valuable information for your view. They need to assess the situation and use the gaps strategically to plan their moves.
It's tighter than a wallaby in a pouch out there.
I'll try and translate this, and on this side of the pond, it's closer than a hot dog in a bun. Back in my racing days, I just let folks like you pass, but that's probably why I'm up here talking, not down there driving.
Hold on to your Akubra, pal. Bob Shotton's getting left in the outback, while Joe Ergue's riding the kangaroo route up front.
Yep, Ergue's dancing to the bluegrass tune, while Bob Shotton can't find the beat. Well, bless their heart. Bob Shotton's gotta kick off those Sunday shoes and dance if they want to catch Ergue, who's moving and grooving to the lead.
Hold on to your seats. Smells like Wee's turning the heat up on Bob Shotton, closing in for the kill. Good news for Smells Like Wee, the gap to Bob Shotton has decreased. It's now down to 0.4 seconds. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
Should things go south between Jorg Yu and Bob Shotton, we might witness a high-speed game of bumper cars, but trust me, it's way less fun with real race cars.
Things are getting spicy as Smells Like Wee is breathing down Bob Shotton's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
The slightest mistake from either driver could lead to a meeting with the barriers, and nobody wants an impromptu autograph session with the wall.
This is what high-octane racing looks like. Jorg Yu is breathing down the neck of Smells Like Wee, not giving him any room to relax.
If Jorg Yu gets any closer to Smells Like Wee, they'll need to start sending out wedding invitations.
It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Jorg Yu gaining places and Smells Like Wee losing them. You ever wonder, Rob, how much preparation goes into each race weekend? It's not just about the driver, but the hundreds behind the scenes, making every little detail count.
Oh, absolutely. The hours spent in the simulator, the mechanics working overnight on those tweaks. Racing is as much about team spirit and dedication as it is about speed on the track. It's a collective masterpiece.
The age-old challenge. Smells Like Wee is trying to catch Jorg Yu, sort of like trying to find a matching sock in the laundry. The struggle is real, folks.
That's right. Smells Like Wee in fourth knows they have to push to the limit if they want to catch up. But Jorg Yu is no slouch, and they're going to be pushing just as hard. It's a battle of skill and will out there.
Blimey, Smells Like Wee's cranking up the downforce, making every newton of force count. That gap's shrinking faster than my wallet at the pub. And Smells Like Wee has just won the place from Jorg Yu. The chase music's playing in Jorg Yu's head as they reel in Smells Like Wee, moment by nail-biting moment. Sunrider isn't just racing. They're weaving a narrative, sitting proudly in first.
It's a dance, Rob. The way Sunrider holds onto that first, it's like they're leading in a tango.
Sunrider's pushing harder than a kangaroo in a boxing match, widening their lead over Bob Shotton. They've found their rhythm like a didgeridoo player in full swing. Hal, what's the impact of tyre degradation on race strategy? How does it affect a driver's approach to the race?
Tire degradation plays a crucial role in race strategy, Rob. Teams and drivers have to consider the optimal time to pit for fresh tires and adjust their race pace to balance speed with tire conservation. It adds another layer of complexity to the racing challenge.
The pursuit is on. Jorg Yu is closing the gap on Smells Like Wee, determined to claim P3. It's not going to plan for Jorg Yu. They are still behind Smells Like Wee and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. It's going to be tough. Smells Like Wee is a master at defending their position. Is there enough time for Jorg Yu to make a move? They're going to be even more determined to hold on to that position.
Smells Like Wee's guarding that line like a sentinel. If Jorg Yu wants to make a move, they better have a trick up.
Hold on a second. Blimey. Keen must have spotted a pub off the track. That's the only reason any self-respecting Aussie would swerve that way. Hold on to your stubbies. Megasaurus 55 is closing in on Rob Always Keen like a bachelor at the end of a Bucks night. Hope Rob Always Keen either brought some lube or protection.
The tension between Megasaurus 55 and Keen is palpable as they battle for P5. No doubt, both drivers know that one mistake could cost them the position. It's a test of nerves as much as skill.
What do you think, Hal? Are there any specific factors that could lead to a driver losing concentration during a race?
There are several factors, Rob. Fatigue, stress, changing track conditions, or even issues within the team can all contribute to a lapse in concentration. It's essential for drivers to stay mentally resilient and adapt to these challenges.
Oh no, what's this? Stone the crows. Bob Shotton's off in the bush again. Someone get him a map and compass. Joe Ergu could be looking for a way up the inside of Smells Like Wee. Bloody oath, Joe Ergu is flat out like a lizard drinking, gnawing into the gap to Smells Like Wee down to a scant 0.1 seconds.
I've seen drivers fight G-forces, fatigue, and mental strain. But Jorg Yu is doing more than just enduring, they're thriving. Smells like we better check that rearview mirror.
Stone the crows. Joe Ergu's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, second.
Shoot, Jorg Yu's got more moves than a dance floor on a Saturday night. Look at them shimmy into second.
Oi, Megasaurus 55's giving it a red hot go in 6th. Just a few kangaroo hops behind Rob. Might see a cheeky move soon. Megasaurus 55 and Rob Keane have a gap between them that's growing like Jack's beanstalk. We're talking 1.2 seconds now. Tell me, mate, ever tried doing a burnout in a ute? It's bloody bonza.
A ute? You guys and your funny names. That's just a pickup, right? Trust me, I've burned more rubber than you've had shrimp on the Barbie.
You can feel the focus radiating from Sunrider, confidently holding onto the first.
Oh, spot on. With the way Sunrider controls that first, you'd think they've got the track's blueprints.
Sunrider is hitting the apexes like a pro, increasing their lead over Joe Ergu. But can they keep it up without spinning out?
That's right, Rob, it's all fun and games until someone pops a tire. Let's hope both of them can keep it on the black stuff.
The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Megasaurus 55's inching ever closer to Rob. Looks like Megasaurus 55 remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving him better cornering. If they get any closer to Rob, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
Mate, I've heard the drivers talking about their car setups. It sounds more complicated than assembling an IKEA bookshelf.
You're not wrong. Back home, we just say it's like trying to line dance on a slippery floor. Takes a lot of tweaks and twists to get it right.
Alright, hold your horses. Megasaurus 55 is really putting the heat on Rob Keane. If I were Rob Keane, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed.
This ain't a track, it's a coliseum, and the gladiators are putting on one hell of a show.
Rob always Keane's giving it a red hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with. Incident alert, Megasaurus 55's off the track. Reminds me of my first car, a real lemon. Drove straight but only in reverse. Smells like Wee's drifting so far back, it's like looking in the mirror after a decade-long pub binge. Time's not been kind, mate. Crikey, Smells like Wee's looking like they've been caught in a rip, struggling to keep up with the pace set by Joe Ergu. Hope they find their feet soon.
I reckon Smells like Wee's fiddling while Rome burns. Jorg Yu's out there shaking and baking, putting on a show for us.
Any bloke or Sheila saying Assetto Corsa friends isn't top notch is a few kangaroos short of the top paddock. Out there, it's art, on wheels.
Totally get you, like, they're born racers. That weaving, the speed, just mesmerizing. It's like watching a roo dodging a ute on a highway. All skill, mate, all skill.
As fast as a cut snake, Sunrider is moving away from Joe Ergu.
Seems like Sunrider has got the wind in their sails, but will you be able to weather the storm? Sunrider's doing just what they need to, like a dog that's found a bone.
Creaky, smells like wheeze sticking to Joe Ergu like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights.
With a gap tighter than a new pair of jeans, smells like Wheeze pushing the Volkswagen Golf MK2 GTI to its limits. He's got that racer's instinct, looking for that sweet spot to pounce on your view.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Megasaurus 55 trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Rob Keane. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Megasaurus 55 close in enough to mount a challenge?
Y'all remember the tortoise and the hare? Well, Megasaurus 55's neither. More like a snail with commitment issues.
Smells Like We has just managed to set their fastest lap of the race so far with a lap time of 3 minutes.
I haven't seen speeds like that since I tried to outrun my mama after breaking her favorite vase. Go on, Smells Like We.
As we enjoy seeing these titans of the track battle it out, let's not forget about the pit crews. Those guys and girls are like a well-oiled machine themselves.
Absolutely. They're the unsung heroes of the racing world. But you know what they say, behind every great driver is an even greater pit crew.
Watching Megasaurus 55 try to close that gap on Rob Keane is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes. Smells Like We wants to find a way round Joe Ergu.
Do they have the speed for a move, and more importantly, do they have the talent?
Good on ya, Megasaurus 55. Trailin' so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy. The gap between Smells Like We and Joe Ergu is getting smaller.
Holy smokes, Smells Like We's extracting every ounce of horsepower from that power unit. They're tailing Ergu tighter than a belt after Thanksgiving dinner.
You know, Keane reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else.
Oh, for sure. It's like watching a cooking show where Rob is trying to whip up a winning dish, but Bob Schotten keeps hiding the main ingredient.
I don't think that's the fastest way around Bannochbrae reverse.
Dang. Smells Like We was riding high, but that slip up. That's like tripping over your own shoelaces at the county fair.
It's all about consistency for Smells Like We, who is currently third. If racing were a dance, Megasaurus 55 would be trying to lead, but Rob Keane just keeps cutting in. The dance floor is heating up. It seems like Megasaurus 55 is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. The evolution of these cars over the years is nothing short of incredible. The aerodynamics, the tire technology, it's all a game of innovation.
Couldn't have said it better. And to think about the data analytics behind every decision, from tire pressures to wing adjustments. It's not just a sport, it's a symphony of engineering and strategy.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Megasaurus 55, who is currently in P6. But Rob Keane is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Megasaurus 55. You reckon Joe Erg saw a spider in the cockpit? Because they're running away from the front like it's Huntsman Central.
Exactly. You've got to be careful not to overdrive, sort of like overcooking a steak. No one wants a burnt race, right?
Struth, Joe Erg's not here to muck about. The gap to Sunrider is dropping faster than a hot pie at the footy, now at 8.3 seconds. The tension is building as Bob Shotton trails behind Smells Like Wee. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can Smells Like Wee hold on, or will Bob Shotton be able to close them down?
Indeed, the tension is palpable as Bob Shotton tries to reel in Smells Like Wee. But Smells Like Wee is not making it easy, maintaining a consistent pace. Can Bob Shotton find some extra pace to bring the fight to Smells Like Wee?
Looks like Megasaurus 55 is trying to chase down Rob Keane, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results.
Well, shoot, if Megasaurus 55 was any more laid back, they'd be horizontal. Reckon they're daydreaming of those cheerleaders again?
It's not coming up roses for Megasaurus 55, they're trailing Rob and the gap's on the rise. They don't seem to have a response, it's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. As a former racing driver, how challenging was it to adapt your driving style to account for tire degradation throughout a race?
It was a constant challenge, Rob. Tire degradation can change the car's balance and handling, so drivers need to be versatile and adaptable. It requires continuous adjustments to driving techniques and a keen understanding of the car's behavior.
Hollywood couldn't script this better. Bob Shotton's shadowing Smells Like Wee, waiting for the slightest misstep. If Bob Shotton doesn't pick up the pace, they'll be as relevant as an ashtray on a motorbike. Oof, if Megasaurus 55 was a kangaroo, they'd be roadkill by now. Come on, mate, put some pep in that step.
Well, butter my biscuit, Megasaurus 55's hanging back like they're waiting for an inheritance. But ain't nobody dying up front.
The gap between Megasaurus 55 and Keane is widening. It's now up to 20.4 seconds. Phew, talk about foreplay. Bob Shotton and Smells Like Wee are really teasing us here. I haven't seen this much anticipation since my first date.
Well, butter my biscuit. With a gap just shy of a second, Bob Shotton's car is dialed in. He's looking to reel Smells Like Wee in on the straights of Bannochbrae reverse.
It's looking good for Bob Shotton, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Smells Like Wee.
You see, it's moments like these that separate the champs from the chumps. And Bob Shotton's looking every bit the champ today.
It's a dynamic landscape out there. Bob Shotton's shift to fourth is testament to that.
That's got to hurt. Bob Shotton will be kicking themselves right now.
Look at Bob Shotton trying to close that gap on Smells Like Wee. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party.
It's all systems go for Sunrider, marking their territory in the first. Things are starting to get tense as Joe Erg manages to close the gap to Sunrider. It's now down to 11.6 seconds. Tactics are clearly going to play an important part in this race.
They are gonna need to look after their tires and will want to keep something in them for the crucial latter stages, as their tires wear and fuel levels deplete and the handling changes.
And don't forget the track grip increases as more rubber gets laid down.
Indeed, the conditions are constantly changing and the drivers need to adapt, otherwise it can
Stop the press. By the looks of it, Sunrider reckoned Bannochbrae reverse had a hidden shortcut. Too bad there isn't one.
By the looks of it, Sunrider's been taking driving tips from them Duke wolves. Ain't the Dukes of Hazzard, friend.
It's all over. Sunrider has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now.
You can see the sheer determination on Sunrider's face as they take the win. That's the mark of a true champion, folks.
What a drive from Joe Ergu, securing a great second place finish.
Intense race, but Jorg Yu held their nerve and earned a great second place.
Excellent focus from Smells Like Weed to secure a fantastic third place on the podium.
Fantastic result.
Fourth and fifth sees Bob Shotton and Rob Keane. Megasaurus 55 claimed sixth. It looks like Megasaurus 55 has been called into the pits.